welcome back to One Day at a Time with Angela. I'm doing something a little different today. I was tagged by No Excuses, MTB, and Weight Loss to make a video and answer 11 just random questions just to let you all get to know me a little bit better. And I think it's just a fun game on YouTube that YouTubers kind of do to kind of pass along these questions and get to know each other. So, okay, no excuses. I'm going to go ahead and do this video too, and I'll go ahead and answer these questions as best as I can. So the first question is, do you collect anything, and if so, what? I don't think I collect anything. I'm one of those people that has a hard time even making up my mind to buy something or to get something. So I don't really collect anything. When I do get something, I have to really, really like it. Overall, I think I'm one of those people who like to get rid of things and just not have too much stuff, because then I have to clean it, and I don't like to clean. So the less to clean, the better. So no, I don't really collect anything. Yeah, so that's question number one. I'm not really a collector. Number two, what is one thing that most people wouldn't know about you? That most people wouldn't know about me. Well, I'm thinking about people on YouTube anyways. I guess there's one thing that people don't know about me is that I'm actually, I'm not going to say shy, but I definitely have a hard time making friends and getting to know people out in the community. It might be something that I just feel internally, but my sister says, you know, sometimes I'm a little awkward around people at first, and it's because I get really, really nervous to meet people. I don't know why I'm like that. I don't know why I do that. But I will say this past year and a half, I've been definitely trying to get out of my comfort zone and doing things that I never would have done years ago. I never even would have thought about doing it. And now I'm kind of taking that step out of my comfort zone and doing things that I wouldn't usually do. But yeah, getting to know people and speaking in front of people is very difficult for me. Isn't that funny? I could speak to a camera just fine now, but speaking in front of a group of people is very difficult for me. And it takes a lot of courage from me to kind of get my backbone to kind of be able to speak to a group of people and not look completely stressed out and nervous. Okay, even though I'm a little nervous for this, I don't know why. It's probably because the question, I'm thinking, you know, how to answer these questions. I'm not sure. Number three, what is one thing you wish you would have listened to from your parents and friends? I would definitely say one thing I would wish I had listened to. For my parents, I was a very, very rebellious teenager. And if I could go back to my teenage years and my high school life, I would change so much. I was very self-absorbed and just did what I wanted to do and didn't really care how other people felt or how it affected other people. So if I could go back and listen to my parents' advice, it would be back in the high school days, listening to them more, respecting their advice, and taking their advice. It would have saved me from a lot of grief in my high school days. And I had, you know, really good friends too that kind of were telling me when I was doing something stupid. And thank God I had them there, because otherwise it probably could have been a lot worse. But yeah, I wish I would have listened and just been a little bit more thoughtful on how my actions would affect those around me and would affect me now, because now I have regrets from those days. But it helped to form that person that I am today also. Number four, do you think any kind of afterlife exists, and if so, what? Well, you guys already know that I'm a Christian, and I definitely believe in heaven and hell. So yeah, I do believe that there is an afterlife in heaven or hell, and that's my belief system. 5, if you're granted a choice of superpowers, which would you choose? The power to stop time, to make changes, or the ability to heal? Definitely the ability to heal. I think I actually became a nurse because I like helping people and like to see people feel better, get better, or just help them through a difficult time. And now with being a postpartum nurse, I love helping the new mommies that are completely clueless and they're not, they don't know what the heck's going on and they're exhausted, and I'm just helping them through that transition from being pregnant for the first time to being first time mommy, and very tired. So I help them through those first couple days. So definitely the ability to heal. That's what I would pick. Number 6, which would you choose? To be a billionaire but never know love, or make $50,000 a year? That's for me a no-brainer. Love is very important to me. I'm a romantic at heart. I told these questions to my husband last night when I was deciding if I should do this video or not, and he knew what I was gonna pick too. Money doesn't really mean that much to me. I mean, it's important to be able to make our finances, pay our bills, have food on the table, but when it comes to having excess, it's not that important to me. I would definitely choose love over money. I think that's everything. 7, if you could go back in time, what one thing would you have changed in your life? If I can go back in time, what one thing would you have changed in your life? Besides those high school years and some of the things I did, something different I would change is in our early married life, my husband and I made some really poor financial decisions. If I could go back and change those, I would totally go back and change those. And do what we're doing now. We do the Dave Ramsey plan. I wish we would have known about that way back in the beginning when we first got married. Would have saved us a lot of grief. Number 8, what one moment in time that changed humanity would you change? When I watched No Excuses MTB and Weight Loss's video, she went back to Adam and Eve, and I was like, right on, that's exactly what I would say. Eve, stay away from that apple. And, Adam, don't listen to her. Don't take a bite of it. I definitely thought that right off the bat. That changed humanity, would you change? Gosh, there's so many horrible moments that that affected humanity that I wish I could go back and just take away all the hate and anger. But one thing, and this is totally not that deep and not that serious, but one thing that I would change, and it just something that irks me, is, which is hilarious because I like to do YouTube videos, but I can't, technology. I think we have too much of it. I really, really wish that I never would have introduced video games to my kids when they were younger. For about 10 years, I didn't have a cell phone, and everybody thought I was the weirdest person. I just gave in a few years ago. I finally gave in to my husband and son saying, you have to have a cell phone, you need a cell phone. And so I joined the bandwagon on all this electronics and everything. But yeah, I would say I think life was a little better when we didn't have so much electronics and so much social media type stuff. I think it takes away from the intimacy of getting to talk to someone in person. But I do know there's perks. I do know, I would not have met or talked to people through this YouTube if it wasn't for technology, but I just wish there wasn't so much of it. I just wish it was kind of a little bit more low-key and not everybody just so into their phones and into their computers. into social media. I'm not someone who's on Facebook or anything like that anymore. I kind of walked away from all that stuff because I think it's more toxic than it is helpful. But I like YouTube, so there's one thing that I'm into. Let's see. Number 9, if you could choose something in the creative field, what would it be? That's easy for me. All 4 of my sons were in theater arts and did plays and acting. And one time when I was in high school, I went to audition for a play, and while I was sitting and waiting for my turn, I completely had a panic attack and walked out. And so I never ever tried out for a play because I get too nervous in front of people. Even doing speeches or talking in front of a group of people, I get very, very nervous. And so yeah, I never did try out for a play. And just looking at my sons and how much fun they had in all the plays they were in, and just the talent they had, I wish I would have gave it a try at least once to try acting in a play, at some point. But the stress that it gives me, I just can't do it at this point. Let's see. 10, you're in a shopping complex and someone needs help. What would you stop to help? It would definitely depend on the situation and what's going on, but I would hope I would stop and help. I am someone that disregards my own safety quite often to go help someone else. I've done that a couple times actually, where I don't know if it has to do with because I'm a nurse, but I've definitely stopped at accidents and helped people who were injured. I've gotten involved in fights to try to stop a fight. I'll tell you a little story. One time I think there was a kid down the street having a huge party, and it got out of hand, and this huge fight broke out in the street there must have been like 100 kids. I mean, there was a ton of kids. And there I go running out with my phone, calling 911 at the same time. So I was on the phone with the police. But I was right out in the street, in the middle of the street. And my husband comes out and grabs me. He's like, "What are you doing? They could have guns, they could have knives, they could have some kind of weapon, and you're out there in the middle of them calling the police." And I felt like if they saw, hey, the police are coming, I already got them on the phone, you guys cut it out, that it would do something. But yeah, sometimes I could be a little stupid and not think about my own safety, and get right in the middle of things. But I can't handle seeing wrong happening in front of my face. I have to kind of jump in and try to stop it if I can in a reasonable way. But yeah, I've done that before. And 11, last question, you guys. If you don't do daily vlogs, would you do Vlogust or Vlogtober? So I don't really vlog all too much. I don't think I really vlog. I think that's where people just kind of video their day or what's going on in their day. I don't really vlog. At some point I think it'd be interesting to vlog, but would you do a Vlogust or Vlogtober? And I think of Vlogust or Vlogtober, I think that's where you vlog every day for the month. And no, I'm not interested in doing that. I'm not interested in doing that. Just because my life is very busy, and I do YouTube specifically to help me with weight loss. But it's not something, I have so many other things going on with my family, my home, my work, and just things, my hobbies that I'm involved in out in the community, that I don't think I'd have a ton of time to do a vlog, or it wouldn't really be of quality anyways. So that's a little bit about me, you guys. I hope that that you enjoyed my answers. And then I think we're supposed to tag some other vloggers. Okay, so I had to take a minute and look at who I would tag for this video. So I picked out some people. I had to write it down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and call out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other YouTube channels. And if you're interested in doing this, that'd be great. And if not, that's fine too. But I'm going to call out 100 to Life, A Fat Girl's Journey, Project Better Living, See Mindy Mom, Dorsett Doorstep, and All in Wellness. So Tag, you're it. Your turn. If you want to, you guys. It's all up to you. It's just in fun. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. God bless you. Bye-bye.